Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of InfoComm 2015, the Digital Signage Pavilion here on the Digital Signage stage on BeTerrific. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. You're the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. Thank you. If you want to communicate with us, you can do it in several ways. First of all, you can connect with us in real time in our Slack chat. That is beterrific.com/Slack. Put your name and your email in. We'll send you an invitation to join our Slack chat. You can join us, the rest of the Terrifics, in conversation. Sometimes we'll read your comments and questions on air, and we can keep the conversation going 24 hours a day. It's a lot of fun. Past that, you can do our social media at BeTerrific TV on all social media fronts. And of course, you can go to youtube.com/BeTerrific TV for our archives. We're also on Facebook as well. Now, if you're like me and you just want some old school communication, how about email? Connect@beterrific.com. We love your feedback. Keep it coming. Thank you very much. And of course, you can call the office. We're not there now, but you can call and leave us a message, 201-735-7711. We're so happy to be here. We're so excited about being here. We're so proud to be streaming live as the official coverage of the Digital Signage Pavilion here at InfoComm 2015, and so thankful that the people, the wonderful people at InfoComm saw the vision, Jason McGraw and his wonderful team, Debbie and Patty and everybody there. So we got to thank them. Of course, we've got some great sponsors here, and they've participated and supported this broadcast, like Vadio, who provided these PTZ cameras, pan, tilt, zoom, that allow us to move the cameras around. They're hanging from this wonderful truss, vadio.com. And NewTek, who's provided our live video switcher that is unbelievable. It's a production unit in a box, basically, a whole production truck in a box. And of course, they make the talk show, allowing us to do our Skype interviews with some of the folks who couldn't make it, but have really great contributions that should be here at InfoComm and should be coming to you. So that is newtek.com. And of course, Panasonic and the PDC group there has provided our digital signage to allow everyone who's walking by here, booth 5187, if you're coming by tomorrow or later today, come visit us. We have seats for you to watch, and Panasonic has provided our digital signage to keep the schedule going for you guys. So we got to thank them, and so we're streaming live. We're very proud of that. We're streaming live to multiple syndication partners all over, and we use StreamVu. We love StreamVu, StreamVu.com, and I've got Brian Arrowood, the CEO of StreamVu, on set right now, and of course I've got Mark from EDCO. Thank you for joining us. And so StreamVu is really getting into the education space with StreamVu EdTech, and I think part of that is Mark's doing. I think he was part of the impetus and helped push this along. But tell me, you know, StreamVu is a platform for people to broadcast live. It's like a CDN. You can go to StreamVu like you would go to many of the other providers that people know about, and StreamVu is a great solution. But take it one step further, you guys have solutions now for education, specifically geared towards education, called StreamVu EdTech.
Yeah, what we found out, Michael, was a lot of our customers, you know, when you think about StreamVu and really any value-added CDN, the value added has taken a new turn in the industry, where before it was ease of use and really giving you some buying power to get lower commitments on your data usage, where you're just paying per gig on what you use, or even some programs where it's unlimited usage for a set fee amount, so you don't have to worry about overages. We had customers that were coming to us and saying, but we really want to do this. And one of those specifically was an education market. Mark Robison, who's with EDCO, had an opportunity to work with these guys, and I'll let Mark tell you a little bit about EDCO, but before we go into that, I'll share that, you know, we work specifically with education directors and curriculum directors, some of the best school districts in the country, along with EDCO, to sit down and really write out the scope of work, the wireframes, and what this product needed to do. So we came up with what's a hybrid solution of on and off campus, really limits what's going to be, I would say, the risk factors that could affect your local network. So we're able to deliver to the outside world to tens of thousands simultaneous viewers, parents can be involved, a kid's home sick, but also distribute out on campus without going outside the school's local network. So all those things are made possible because a company like EDCO, and specifically Mark Robison, brought this opportunity to us.
Mark, tell me, I mean, I think he might have said it all, but talk about this, and he certainly gave you a great intro, but talk about the need for this and what you guys are doing.
Well, this has less to do with what we thought the market needed, and more about the relationships that we have with customers and what they were coming to us and saying that they wanted to be able to do. And so StreamVu is a great partner for us because they were very responsive and were very interested in sitting down and listening to not only what we had to say, but you know, we ended up just bringing them together with some of our customers, and so that we could sit down and have some good conversations about where they wanted to go, what kinds of things they needed to do, what the technology that they had could do to facilitate better teaching and learning in the classroom. And that's kind of what EDCO does. That's our specialty. We don't do everything for everybody. We're really good at innovative technologies for schools, and particularly K through 12 is really our wheelhouse.
And you guys integrate a lot of the solutions together, right?
Yes, and in some cases, and this is a real good example, we find a partner that we work with very closely, and then we develop a solution that may be unique, but it's designed specifically to address the needs of our customers.
So you've designed and developed this white box that people can use. They feed the video signal in either via HDMI or Ethernet or some other kind of video signal connection, or even Wi-Fi potentially, wireless.
Hold on, that's a great question you're leading into, Michael, because it's the video inputs. And one of the things that we had through EDCO was we were created with a challenge a few weeks back, I think 7-8 weeks back, where they called and said, the school district is working with Padcaster. If you're familiar with Padcaster, I believe.
Who are those guys? I've only been talking about them all week. Yes, I know them well. They actually have a little, they're great guys, John and Josh. John will be on later to talk about Padcaster, and they have a little kiosk here talking about the Padcaster and content creation. It's booth 5187 if you want to come see us. They're on the outskirts of our booth, so you can see them as well. And so you were talking with Padcaster.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit what we found. We went and met with the school district, and what had taken place is Padcaster has a great product. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's really taking, as you've probably shared with everyone all week, you're taking that iPad and really turning it into a production camera. I mean, it's just amazing what it can do. So the challenge was, how do we take this and turn it into a distribution source inside the school and outside the school? So there's some app development on our end that we built out. So now you can simply take your iPad with your Padcaster, hit the app, and now you're streaming out live internal to the school and outside to the world through the CDN distribution. And it's all that instant. So you think about all the pieces of hardware that were necessary before, whether it be the encoder or a prosumer camera or above, and now you've got your lenses, your boom mic, everything. It's all in one device on your iPad. Teachers can walk into the classroom. We had one in a school system in, what's the school district, Pickens Elementary? Pickens Elementary School in Georgia was just thrilled with it. They're walking down the hallways.
Wow.
Because it's completely wireless, it's on their Wi-Fi. I mean, it's
that's
amazing
cool.
What the combined technology can do. And that's what, that's why I want to bring EDCO with us today. That's really one of the things that they do better than any, I like integrators more than resellers to work with, because integrators are usually thinking outside the box. They put themselves in the customer's shoes. What do I need to do to provide a solution? So when EDCO walks in and now we're rolling down with a tripod, we've got a K through 12 broadcaster that they're utilizing that's really an EDCO product. We've got an iPad with a Padcaster, completely wireless, rolling through the schools. That's a lot of fun to be able to deliver and make an impact on really what a student's curriculum and program is going to look like, how they're interacting with the school.
Sure, it's really amazing, especially if you need, also you can do those, you can do that with the communications with students who aren't able to attend school.
That's right.
With the telepresence systems, and you can wire that all through it. Now, CJ is watching, he's in our Slack chat, and he wanted to know, he said he heard about this at NAB, this white box and everything. Does it record? And so are you just streaming the feed, or are you able to record it and archive it for people to watch later?
What CJ's talking about is the StreamVu Connect box.
Yeah.
The StreamVu Connect is a box that is proprietary to StreamVu. We've developed the software that goes inside that unit. And what it's doing is we're taking the actual video feed coming into that. That's the first step. So when it hits there, what happens is we ask a question. The video hits and it says, what do you want to do with me today? And of course, if we're streaming on campus, we're going to deliver it to the classrooms inside the school. And then it's going to say, do you want to go off campus? If that's the case, we're going to send a feed to our CDN. And then the last thing it's going to ask is, do you want to record? Now we record local instead of recording in the cloud. What that does for us is two things. Now we're going to have a more reliable archive that can play out locally. Again, so when we're inside the school, we're playing off a local hard drive through our server, so we're not messing with the outside world, we're keeping the congestion down on the network. It's more of a hybrid solution. And then we're going to sync to the cloud after school hours are over, when there's less demand on the network. So we're not going to be a problem for the teachers or students maybe trying to access other material.
These schools at this point have to have pretty robust networks, I would imagine, because everybody's got a connected device in every classroom, so the demand is enormous, and they've got to have some pretty robust networks, taxed, I'm sure, but pretty robust.
Yeah, they do. Mark, if you can kind of delve into that, there's the local school, the schools are usually typically tied together, and then there's a connection to the outside world. So what's the difference in those settings?
Well, schools have been upgrading their networks for quite some time, so most of them do have very robust networks, and they've got available bandwidth to do this kind of thing. And the great thing about the StreamVu solution is that it's not a one-size-fits-all. So if the school has a wide area network that has sufficient bandwidth to do multicast across the whole network, we can do that. So we can take that stream that's coming off of the iPad or their camera, and at the Connect we can turn it into a multicast broadcast that can be viewed by hundreds or thousands of endpoints, and with a minimal impact on the network. And if we've got viewers that are outside the network, or if they don't have a robust connection from one school to the next, we can bounce it off the CDN and they can access it that way. So it's the hybrid nature of the network.
It's really great. You guys are doing some really good stuff in the education space, and I think that's really important because it helps create and mold the minds of tomorrow. It's very important because you make it good for the schools and the institutions, and you make education better and easier. But it doesn't stop there. You guys can do some fun things, right? So yeah. Schools, a lot of times now want to stream their sporting events, right? Maybe mom and dad are on a business trip and can't make it. Maybe grandma and grandpa are across the country. Maybe there's something amazing that needs to be watched, the championship game. And not only are you making this possible, but you're also adding scoreboards in real time with all sorts of great information that can be sent to television networks that are covering the game live, and also, of course, the streaming online.
Yeah. So what we've developed actually with our sister company Sportscast is our scorebot, and what you're looking at now is the latest rollout, the newest version of the scorebot. Michael, this is modem driven, so there's no internet connection required in the facilities. What we found was going out to a lot of the football fields, there's no internet connection there. So what we've done is now with this cell modem, we're going to connect to the serial output of the scoreboard, and now we can take that score and make it available to fans anywhere, anytime, whether it's being on an app or going through our iScoreboard or web page or distributed to the local television stations. And of course we take it a step further and take this live score feed and embed it into the overlay of the live broadcast of the game if they're streaming with our service. So what that does is now instead of panning to the scoreboard and then going back to the game, you're able to see it's 3rd and 2 with 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Any sport, we have all those materials, and we've even developed virtual scoreboards if you're on a remote field where you don't have any kind of scoreboards there, so we can do all that with a tablet-based solution.
That's amazing. We used to have to, when I covered a little bit of high school sports at some point, we used to have to dedicate a camera to the scoreboard and the time clock, which was just a waste of an input. And a waste of time and a waste of a camera. So this is a tremendous solution because this isn't the NFL, this isn't the NHL, this isn't Major League Baseball, and to be able to provide that to the schools is great. I know it's very appreciated. I think that what's cool is you guys are affordable, easy to use, and have digital video distribution and management systems and solutions for basically everybody across the board, whether it's a school, whether it's a corporation, whether it's digital signage. This certainly can be used for digital signage, this Sportscast, which I think would be amazing for digital signage, or it's anything else in between, just having fun, streaming from your iPad, your laptop, a full setup like we have. Anything in between, you guys do it. And that is a great digital signage solution for sports scores on digital signage as well.
Yeah, it is, it's great. I'm going to flip the subject with you, Michael. How long has BeTerrific been around now?
We've been around just over a year.
It was over a year. I thought it was coming up on the 1-year anniversary. It just passed up, and I want to thank you for everything you've done for the industry, and really it's a great brand for us to be associated with. Just phenomenal work that you're doing, exposing new technologies and really helping all of us in the industry find quicker, better solutions.
Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. You actually made me speechless. Thank you. I'm humbled and honored, and the crew who works so hard behind the scenes. It's really all them. Adam, David Kleinstein, Adam Holtz, and Chris Voncino. but you know, they do an amazing job. I'm just the front man. I'm the lead singer. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is the kindest thing that anybody has said to us so far, and your words mean the world to us.
You're appreciated. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, and thank you, the Terrifics, because you make BeTerrific special and make all this possible. Together, we're showing the world that people want positive content, and we can make all of this work and do what Brian has said, and we're very proud of this. Just over a year. Thank you, Brian. That's Brian from StreamVu and Mark from EDCO. We'll be back with a whole lot more on your live continuing coverage of InfoComm 2015's Digital Signage Pavilion from the Digital Signage stage here in Orlando, Florida on BeTerrific, the official live coverage. I'm Michael Artsis. Stay with us.